The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the Main Event Mark, PWPH Wrestling Network and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the Main Event Mark.
Okay, so welcome to your Unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This has been the Main Event Mark Podcast. So, good afternoon. Actually, I'm recording this on a Friday and it extends on a Saturday recording because we are recording the predictions not only for All in Texas, we are also recording Great American Bash, Saturday night's main event, yung thoughts ko for Night of Champions na sobrang late na, pero hindi ko rin gets kasi yung business model ng WWE. WWE's business model is something that's getting out of hand. 2 weeks lang yung build ng mga feuds. I mean, I'm not having any issues before when it comes to the gaps of this show. So it's getting out of hand now that we are getting this length of builds. And now we are on another weekend na magkakaroon na naman po ng mga pay-per-views and premium live events. So marami-rami po tayong pag-uusapan na shit. But I am going to save that on a later date kasi ang dami natin pag-uusapan. Lalo tong suntukan nila Sean Ross Sapp. Ayun nga, yung suntukan nila Sean Ross Sapp. And then, yun nga, ni JD from New York. Yun, pag-uusapan natin yon, mga nangyari sa dalawang kupal na yon. And then, there's a lot of arguments then that we might talk about. Yung ito namang sa Supercard of Honor, I will save that by next week kasi ngayon pa lang namang week ang umpisa ng All-In Weekend sa AEW. So this is going to be a long week for yours truly. Yung dating nga na 2 weeks pa bago makapag-review. But I don't really have any problems when it comes to this model that WWE has. 2 weeks build for a show. This is getting out of hand. Pero I promise guys, this might be the last time that you will hear me reviewing late when it comes to these shows, because we need also to catch up. Next week is going to be a big week. Of course, episode 300 is still coming later this next week. And then pag-usapan din natin Slammiversary, yung review ko for Evolution, yung review ko for All In, yung review ko din for Great American Bash, Supercard, lahat na po ng events na nangyari this past few weeks. And luckily, I already reviewed AEW for the past few weeks until this week. So, konti na lang re-reviewin natin for today's episode of the pod. Again, my name is Angelo Penera and thank you again for joining us here on a very, very special episode of the Main Event Mark. So, on this part, we're just going to do the reviews that I might like or we might like, and then on the next episode of the show, let's set the proper reviews, no? So, pag-usapan muna natin yung aking mga thoughts. Mabilis lang naman ito. Hindi na ako magpapatagal sa Night of Champions. Siguro, wala na akong time para pag-usapan ng mahaba ang Night of Champions because this is not really a Night of Champions show. This is really a full card of title matches, but that's not no longer the case. And then, yun, the Kingdom Arena, I really love this arena, no, in my honest opinion. SmackDown before this, there are some problems when it comes to the Night of Champions, no. And then power outage apparently that happened while we are watching on Netflix or Tap Sports, that led me to fucking not out. At tulog na lang ako nung show na yan. Hindi ko na tinapos yung buong show. I know the show would be sucked. SmackDown before that, Night of Champions. I love the Tiffany versus Nia Jax match though. But other than that, Night of Champions feels unnecessary at this point. I really love how they built the SmackDown. It's just because how ridiculous it might be. I'm not gonna tackle the whole thing when it comes to this whole show, no. Mark Nash is doing a really good job here when it comes to the whole atmosphere of the night, no. And sobrang impressive niya rin talaga. I really love the guy. Kasi sobrang iba rin kasi yung tira nito niya, no? Wala sa isip ko. Iba rin kasi yung tira nito ni Mark Nash. Siguro as a ring announcer. So that's why I really love the idea of him becoming the champion or the Night of Champion here. And then tapos parang iba rin yung charisma ng shows na ito. I'm not saying it's a bad show in terms of the whole atmosphere, pero it's a bad show in a way that it should be addressed as a bad show, because it was a bad show as it was. So let's go dissect this whole card just a real quick, so therefore we can catch up to the wrestling. And then next episode we can now talk about the predictions for Night of Champions and the other shows that we will talk about. Okay, so Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Their confrontation on SmackDown was not showed on any way internationally on Netflix, on Tap Sports, Blast TV. We never got that one. So I am really hoping that WWE should uploaded that instead on their social media platforms instead of just giving it to the USA Network feed. That might be a sorts of bawi when it comes to their match siguro, para mapanood namin ng mas maganda yung Night of Champions. So here's the case. The match here between Randy Orton and Cody, that's fine to me. That was very outstanding, and it reminded me on how great Orton versus Gunther was. That reminds me of how great it was. Pero ito, big difference here that we might see right now is Cody's mainly. Si Cody ang iniisip natin. Is it time for Cody to turn heel or to establish a double turn between him and Cena? Is this the perfect time to establish a double turn? Or something that we might see down the line? And then he got interviewed by Byron Saxton that he said that Cody has the chance to reclaim the WWE title at SummerSlam, and then they mentioned that they wanted everyone to cheer, and they basically puts them over. So that was actually a acknowledgement that was given here. So medyo we are getting sick and tired na rin of seeing Cody winning for sure. And then yeah, so I'm not gonna dunk on that a lot because that was a really good match. Okay, next match here. So we know what happened with Liv previously. Liv got injured during a match with Kairi Sane. So Roxanne Perez is now the ano ba tawag dito? Replacement for her in de facto sa Judgment Day, and also on the championship picture. So, Raquel Rodriguez versus Roxanne Perez. I think this match was really good. Ako yung nasa part that we might see big things kay Raquel. I am expecting a lot of big things that might come to her way. And I'm not saying that it should come right at this time. Pero wag sana nilang madalain yung push when it comes kay Raquel Rodriguez. I don't want WWE to put her on a skyrocket just like what they're trying to do with Juliana, or even sa case ni Stephanie Vaquer. Ayokong gawin nila yon kay Roxanne, ayoko rin gawin nila yon kay Steph, and even Raquel. But that was a really good match now. So Rhea Ripley definitely is over as fuck. The match was really good. So it's very given na rin sa atin na they are covered a lot because of the tradition here. So the match here for me, that was very good, outstanding. Pero kagaya nga na sinabi ko kanina sa intro natin, the Tiffany Stratton Nia Jax match, that was better as a whole match. Para sa akin lang, no? Para sa akin, it's very outstanding din naman in lots of ways. Pero if we are going to compare these two matches, sobrang klaro that Rhea Ripley versus Raquel is hindi naman kagandahan compared with the Tiffany Nia Jax match. And Tiffany Nia Jax always shows everyone that they can work as a tag team, they can work as a opponents, and that was really good too. The match was really good too, in my own opinion. So that was really good. And then Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. So the win here, it's kind of very obvious that we need to put Sami Zayn over. So basically, we know that this feud is not over based on the previous episodes of Raw and SmackDown then. So that was the case here. And then Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. In my opinion, ito yung pinaka-headliner ng mga nangyari sa programming na ito, no? So para sa akin lang, ito yung pinaka banger para sa atin na nangyari when it comes to the program that we had here in AEW, no? Pero yun, that was the case here. That was really good as also. And then ano ba? I think Solo Sikoa is really impressive. I'm not going to dunk on Jacob Fatu because he's impressive too, but Jacob Fatu is just very new on the programming and also on the fold sa WWE. Si Solo Sikoa, he's been there since 2022, and I got thinking that he deserves this title run that we currently have with Solo. Solo Sikoa is very, very hardworking as a champion, as a character. That's very impressive to me. So that's why I think it's impressive to me, and he deserves it too. And si Solo Sikoa, so ito yung case dito na parang mangungupal tayo. So it's more on a bloodline stuff, no? So that's why I am justifying what in the flying fuck is going on with Solo Sikoa. So that's the case there. And then si Talatonga or si Hikuleo is now in the WWE. So that's definitely the case now for Talatonga. And then we have Jade Cargill and Asuka. I'm not gonna talk about the whole match at all. The match was very average. Nagmukha tuloy siyang TV match. Kung sa akin lang naman, sana nilagay na lang nila to sa Evolution na mangyayari bukas, mas maganda siguro. Mas maganda siguro yung case na yun. Then, yun lang siguro yung case ko dito. And then, that's my case there. I really love Jade. But, I think that hindi pa rin siya mananalo when it comes to her feud versus Naomi. But, I am really thinking that Jade is going to be a factor when it comes to Naomi's cash-in ng kanyang Money in the Bank. But, yes, props pa rin kay Jade Cargill, for real. Okay, so, main event. So, let's talk about the main event now. So, John Cena versus CM Punk. And, to me, he's such a really good match, sa totoo lang, kung tatanungin niyo ako. And then also Mark Hunt, he's impressive on his first PLE ring announcing. So that should be the case now. So eto na nga, main event of the evening, CM Punk versus John Cena for the undisputed WWE title. So there are some mind games there. Of course, there's some disaster there also. Thanks to Seth Rollins and his group. We also have Penta, just Maria Joseph. And then we have also Charles Robinson. Like, what the fuck? Then we have also Penta, obviously, like what I mentioned, Sami Zayn. So that's the distraction basically. So medyo it's kind of chaotic for me. And then so yun nga, heel hook again, and then the low blow, and then very chaotic. Tsaka dun, like, parang dun sila nagdepende sa interferences. Like, it's very cliched, very good match that's very, very angkalat in such a big way, no? Pero still, like what I mentioned, that we might still see a double turn between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. And then, parang we still might get Rollins versus Punk at SummerSlam. And then, Cena versus Cody in default, no? So, parang ganun na rin na nagiging pattern natin on how cheap it was. And then, justified pa rin naman yung kanyang position at yung kanyang role when it comes to the whole thing doon sa buong match na to as a whole, no? So, exactly, this should be my case here when it comes to Night of Champions. So, if we are going to talk about and justify also what it happened sa buong show na to, so, feeling ko ito na lang siguro yung kaya kong ibigay, no? So, tingin ko, this show, on how it feels, and on how it was given to us, parang iba yung pakaramdam. And like what I'm trying to say sa platforms natin, sa Pro Wrestling Philippines Club, in my honest opinion, hindi naman sobrang impressive ng buong show. But I'm not gonna say that it was a really bad match or big bad show. They're still impressive to me. However, when it comes to the whole thing, we might get a different outcome. Pero sige, let's talk about some episodes of Raw. Let's recap lang, no? So Raw, let's start Raw after Night of Champions. So obviously, Seth Rollins kind of established his whole stable here, and he's kind of annoyed CM Punk. And then we have here Rhea Ripley challenging Io Sky for her match at Evolution, which we're going to do a predictions at. Pero medyo I am kinda nasusuya na din between these two women. And then I really love also these promos between Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles, na parang sinasabi nila na walang pwedeng gumalaw kay Dom. That's really good. Eto, So, medyo meron akong i-discuss dito. Just a few moments lang. So, I'm kinda sad to see New Day fumbled by this heel run. Parang ang dating dito. So, they got the second drain for the Judgment Day. So, it's kinda underwhelming for me. Walang good outcome. Wala ring good shit. We just got the match. And New Day is no longer champions. And this is a heels versus heels match then, no? Sobrang underwhelming, no? Natong run na to ng New Day, and then parang tumatakbo rin as a babyface yung Judgment Day on how it feels, pero still they're still heels. Pero Judgment Day pa rin talaga yung chinicheer nila. It's very impressive for me. I agree din sa commentary on how it was explained, no? Sheamus versus Rusev. This is the match that I think, and in my opinion, that's very impressive then. On how it might felt, that's very good to me, no? Really love the match. Then, let's tackle a few moments pa on ano ba yung pag-uusapan natin. Sheamus versus Rusev. Alam niyo naman magkasundo tong dalawang to. And then, sa tingin ko, that was a really good match here. And then, kung ano yung makikita pa natin with these two guys. And then, we still have the new stable between Chad Gable, si Ludwig Kaiser. And then, yun na nga, in-announce na nga nito ni Nick Aldis tsaka ni Adam Pearce that we are going to have a new champions crowned for Evolution, pero parang niloko din ni Finn tong buong tong dalawan to, that we don't need to crown a champion, we just need to give it to Roxanne Perez, and we're just going to prove to you on how we are going to give it to you guys, on how this was the case, no? I think that was really good. And then yun, Goldberg, I'm kinda annoyed on this case between Goldberg. Ayan. So, that's the case. That was really good. And then, Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. In my opinion, this is really good. This was very good to me. Ang dating lang naman sa akin ito, parang, alam mo yun, we might see new or different when it comes to the whole thing here. And then parang based on what we got here when it comes to the Becky and also Lyra, so tingin ko they gave us a proper establishment on how this case would be given, and I love it. So Sami Zayn and Penta, I'll skip it because this match was okay lang. That's okay to me. And then okay, so this show basically elevated some stuff when it comes to the two shows that we will talk about in a few moments, the predictions for Evolution and also for Saturday night's main event tomorrow. So yun, basically mag-advance lang sila ng stories. Let's go to NXT real quick lang. NXT last week. So NXT last week, so we have Josh Alexander, Joe Hendry versus Wesley. This is really good, no? So Trick Williams, he's very annoying, but it works, no? It really works. Ma-annoy ako, no? So ano pa? May mga segments ako na in-skip na because I think it's very unnecessary for me, no? But I would say Tatum Paxley joining the Curlings, that's something that I am very, very intrigued, to be honest with you guys. Kung ano yung makikita natin in the near future, that's what we're going to find out then. Casper Troy versus Yoshiki Inamura. Winner will face Obafemi tomorrow for the NXT title at Great American Bash. So In my opinion here, Inamura is very impressive. Siguro kailangan ko pa mag-lesson para ma-impress lalo sa kanya. Siguro kailangan ko pa maghanap ng mga matches na napanood natin, no? Yung mga possible na napanood natin before sa ano ba? Siguro naghahanap lang ako ng iba pang matches na pwede natin makita dito, no? Pero parang kulang pa. Parang kulang pa yung nakikita ko. But I'm not saying it's bad for sure, like duh. Pero yun nga, kung ano yung makikita natin at kung ano lang din yung makikita ko bago when it comes to this whole dynamic of this whole stable, ibang iba as in ibang iba yung i-expect ko when it comes to the whole thing here. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm not saying that this should be a new norm that we need to look forward pa. Pero we need and we might get more things when it comes to the case here, no? Pero yun nga, let's continue on tackling more topics here when it comes to NXT. And then Jordan obviously is hyping the stable match here, and then the setup for next week's or this week's events, no? Okay, so ikot na ako ng NXT ulit this week. Okay, so this week's NXT is impressive compared to what we have. So Ricky Saints versus Bandy Project. This was a gauntlet match. Then, sa totoo lang, parang nag-shine dito yung tatlo, yung mga nasa Vanity Project, no? So, nag-shine silang tatlo when it comes on how it was presented, no? Para sa akin, it's a plus, no? Sobrang plus nun na they actually showed us new things on how this feud between Ricky Saints and ano mo daw dito, Ethan Page will be interesting. Pero I think they showed us on how it will be interesting again going forward. Pero continue tayo. So continue lang ako kasi may pag-uusapan tayo sa part 2, which is yung sa tawag dito AEW media call. I need to tackle this very much para lang ma-sure na matatakal natin mabuti. Ricky Saints versus Vanity Project, that was really good. And then itong match na to between Charlie Dempsey and Tavion Heights, that was impressive too. It's kind of weird to me that we are trying to destroy no quarter catch the crew. Oh my god. And then Mike Santana and Joe Hendry competing in a tag match ahead of Great American Bash Slammiversary. But okay, so yun lang muna. Pero yun, by the way guys, before we continue, TNA now has a TNA Plus subscription for free, so you can now watch a few episodes of TNA. You can watch all of the classics na makikita nyo dyan for free. Di naman lahat mabubuksan doon, pero every week TNA is giving us codes, QR codes like YT chat. Ilagay nyo, itry nyo pa rin kung mag-work pa rin sa inyo. If works, let me know. Pero you can also use that to watch some of your favorite TNA shows. I am still watching a few episodes of TNA na nandun pa si Jim Cornette, because in my opinion the infancy or the infant days of TNA with Jim Cornette on it, that was very outstanding, especially Bound for Glory 2006, really good. Yeah, so Laney Reed versus Kelani Jordan. So in my opinion, Kelani Jordan will always be impressive to me, no? Sobrang impressive niya as a wrestler. Ito, hindi ko na itatakal yung iba pang matches dito kasi marami tayong pag-uusapan. And then mayroon lang ako i-share. So NXT Women's led the ano ba tawag dito? Nagkaroon ng summit for Evolution on Sunday, so they actually use this mainly for Evolution. So parang hindi lang masyadong nag-hype or di lang masyado hinipe yung buong show na to, so this will be tackled also on the next episode of this show. So for me, it's very very lukewarm. Yung mga feuds mainly for Evolution, very lukewarm, no? So let's talk about Raw before this week's Saturday night's main event and also Evolution. So give me 1 second here. Eto. So we have Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman speaking in front of Seth. So hindi nila pinagsalita si Seth dito masyado. And for me, ito ay nag-establish kasi kay Braun mainly as the future of the stable, like the Evolution, no? And then Bronson Reed will always be the muscle of this whole stable, and I love it. Pero ang gusto ko lang dito sa segment na to this time around, they gave the whole stable a perfect time to introduce themselves on ano yung gusto nilang gawin, ano yung balak nilang gawin pa in the near future, ano pa yung gusto nilang patunayan sa buong WWE. And I think, in my opinion, it was delivered on based on what we actually had sa buong run na to ni WWE as a stable. I'm not saying that they actually fucked up the whole stable here, but in my honest opinion, the whole thing here was very impressive. And then parang ibang-iba yung feeling ko, at masyado lang ako naninibaguan on how the whole stable went out, at hindi na siya nag-evolve only around Seth and Money in the Bank briefcase, of course. So before we continue lang tayong konti, i-mention ko lang ito. So we have a few announcements from Prusu Wrestling. That ito, number 1, Puso Wrestling Bakunawa is coming on September 14, 2025 at 6 p.m. sa Brawl Pit Bulusan, Quezon City. So there are some few announcements that was made. So it should be Main Max versus Fabio Makisig for the Puso Wrestling Championship, Pusong Pinoy Wrestling Championship. So that's one of the matches. And then the Ice Ribbon Champions Bud Butts is coming to Manila. So this obviously the return of Yapi, and her partner will also join the appearance here, si Ancham. So that should be the case here when it comes to the whole stable, or when it comes to the whole context of the whole match then, no? So yun nga yung pinag-uusapan natin when it comes to the Ice Ribbon Tag Team titles that is currently being held by Ice Ribbon, no? So that's really good to me, and I hope we can see also more of Yapi and her stable. Definitely I hope we can see more of Yapi then, not only in Puso. So yeah, so Ancham is very obvious to me on what we should expect. Pero I am excited too on sino nga ba yung mga kalaban niya in this case, no? Lastly, Jake De Leon is advertised that he will defend the Serap Tyrant title. So safe to say that we are just waiting for Dexcon to confirm more information about this announcements. So let's just check on our friend Miguel Matchmaker Miguel, wait lang. Kasi siya yung mag-a-announce nito. So, si Matchmaker Miguel ay mag-a-announce daw ng isang match later at lunchtime daw. So, basta basta yun. Abangan natin yung announcement na to ni Matchmaker Miguel. So, lunchtime daw ito i-announce ni Matchmaker Miguel. So, that's the case there. Basta, itaka na lang natin mamaya yan pag meron ng announcement. So, like what I mentioned here on this part of the episode, ang ganda nung distribution nila doon sa segment nila Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed, because they actually let this to speak. Hindi lang to about kay Seth, kundi sa buong stable. So, that was a statement that they gave to us on this whole thing. No? That's really impressive. So, then we have Roxanne Perez and Kairi Sane. So, in my opinion, I think that was really good. And then, Roxanne Perez is actually bringing Liv Morgan. She's actually killing Liv Morgan out of the Judgment Day. But, yeah, we are trying actually to establish her loyalty sa Judgment Day. And then we had the Kabuki Warriors reuniting on this week's episode of Raw. Sorry. Yeah. So, that's really impressive to me. And sobrang over din talaga ni Kairi Sane. No? I would love actually to see a tag match also between Kairi and Roxanne Perez. But that's okay. Then, Nikki Bella is also joining the Battle Royale for Sunday, which we're going to talk about also down the line. And then, ano pa ba? No, New Day. I really love this New Day promo, guys. I swear to God, I really love the promo here, no? And I'm kind of disappointed also that ayun. Wait lang. Eto, pwede ko bang sabihin to, guys? Pwede ko ba sabihin to? I would say here right now that Nikki Bella is impressive on the mic, no? I'm not saying this as a sarcastic statement. She's impressive on the mic, for real. She can talk, she can smack people if she wanted to. She can smack anyone in the mic, hit or miss nga lang. Pero ang problema ko kasi dito ang problema ko dito is on this part, feeling ko hindi natural yung anong yan, statement ko na yun. But although I love Nikki Bella is impressive. If we are talking about the twins, Bella twins, I would say mas full package si Nikki sa akin kaysa kay Brie. Brie is really good too. But I am always thinking that si Nikki Bella yung mas okay sa mic sa dalawa. Mas okay din ang wrestling ni Nikki. And mas charismatic din talaga si Nikki. For real, no? That is just me. Sami Zayn versus Bron Breakker. That was a disaster, guys. That was a disaster, no? And I hope we can see more of that kay Sami Zayn, no? Then Becky Lynch, the three-way between Becky, Lyra, and Bayley. This should be a fun segment, man. I really love this shit. For real. Then, wala na masyado tayo kailangan pag-usapan sa buong card na to except with the Goldberg Gunter. Sobrang on point itong segment na to. Really good, very short and sweet. Wala sobrang sa totoo lang, sobrang effective naman talaga ng gantong presentation kay Goldberg, no? So tingin ko Goldberg is just that impressive kasi we are actually waiting then on how we can actually get the whole thing here, no? Pero I'm really thinking that Goldberg is impressive on this role, no? And then parang ano pa ba yung inaantay natin? Masyado lang tayong nag-aantay. Or ayoko rin naman madilulu on how this might be case on point or kung ano man yung pwede pa natin ma-discuss dito. Pero I think that's really good to me, no? Pero tinatry ko rin kasi na ano pa ba yung feeling na kailangan pa natin makita or kung ano man din talaga na papalabas natin or kung ano man din yung aasahan ko pa when it comes to the whole stable and for the whole Judgment Day. But other than that, parang hindi naman ako manghihinayang sa buong run na to ng Judgment Day, or we might see something new on this whole stable as a whole. But I am not that idiot, totoo lang, I'm not that idiot to see ano nga ba yung maaari nating asahan down the line, no? Kung ano pa ba yung gusto ko, ano pa ba yung maaasahan natin. Basta Goldberg needs to lose. Ayan, mamaya marami akong pag-uusapan sa part 2 ng recording na to, sa predictions natin. If itatakal na natin yung pinost ko sa Facebook, no? Then Penta versus Seth, I think that's really good to me. I don't care about the pacing of the match. The match is good. Dog shit good. But sobrang ano rin talaga. Ang mga positive na nakikita ko dito is mainly on the build that we might see in the future and not for the two events that we just got. Na hindi ko na itatakel yung SmackDown na SmackDown after Night of Champions. Instead, let me now tackle few things related to SmackDown today. So SmackDown today on USA, I think that LA Knight is really establishing himself as the biggest threat of Seth Rollins, no? In default, that should be the case here, and that should be the perfect guy to establish their case here, no? And then ano pa ba? I think the four-way between Sol Ruca, Alexa Bliss, Kairi Sane, and Roxanne Perez, I am really thinking that that was fine. That was fine lang. Pero sobrang interesting din na pinalabas nila yung streak ni Kairi. But yeah, okay. I hope we can see more of that here. And then Sol Ruca, to me hindi siya mukhang out of place dito, which is really impressive to me. Kasi yung ibang mga nakikita natin call-ups, except kay Baker, kay Roxanne, or kay Julia, hindi siya out of place dito. I think, in my opinion, si Sol Ruca is nagsashine din talaga down the line. That's very good to me, no? And then Sol Ruca versus Charlotte, man, sign me up. Sign me up for sure. Okay. Then we have the match between the Wyatt Six and the Street Profits. So this match was really good. I hope we are not getting any. Pwede tayo makakuha ng free bird rule dito. Pero I hope it will be Uncle Howdy. And then this Logan Paul Jelly Roll development that we got on this week's SmackDown. So Logan Paul interrupted the whole thing here. So that's kind of dumb. So that's kind of dumb to me that he interrupted the whole thing. And then yung Nashville is really cheering for Jelly Roll, which is really good. Then Randy Orton interrupted the whole segment, and then that's impressive. So that is actually perfect kick up to me on how we are going to establish the whole stable, no? and then that's how we can present the whole thing here. So I think that like it or not, effective talaga dito si Logan Paul. Very effective. And then let's continue. Ron Killings versus Aleister Black. Ito, underwhelmed itong match na to. Sa totoo lang, underwhelming ito. Pero wala siyang motivation masyado with Malakai Black or Aleister Black, but it works, no? It works. Ito, isa pang underwhelming, Jade Cargill versus Naomi face off. And then Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus face off. Underwhelming din, I would say. If she learned from TikTok. At okay, main event, LA Knight and Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo. On point, nakabawi sila when it comes to Saturday night's main event and Evolution build. Bare minimum, I would say. Bare minimum. But I'm not saying it's great, but that's actually bare minimum to me. No? Okay. So, with that said in mind, we're now going to talk about the final bits of shows that we are going to talk about. Bear with me. So, we are now going to talk about AEW Dynamite. The final Dynamite before All In. So, don't expect me that I will dunk a lot on this episode. No? And I'll save it on the next one. Okay. So, Mercedes Moné and Timeless Tony Storm, they made a face-up. Then, while I'm expecting a lot more on this, but I never got that one. Bitten ako. That's just bitten to me. And we're all going to die. And I think that I think we're trying to say here is we hope we can establish this feud in a proper manner without knowing how predictable this match is. Pero wala. Marami akong i-dunk sa next episode natin where we are now going to do the predictions, but it's really a predictable match. No? I'm going to skip the matches that's unnecessary to me. Let's talk about now the Mark Briscoe and MJF stuff that we are getting recently. I think that it's really impressive to see that these two guys, no? Itong dalawang to, mainly, we are focusing on we are focusing on MJF and Mark Briscoe. I think these two guys, they're trying really hard to see these two guys na dito. Nalimutan ko talaga sabihin ko eh. They're really trying to show us that they are impressive on their own ways on how this promos was established. And then Speedball might be really, I don't think they are big help. Sorry, I hate to say this, but I don't think they are big help there, and I don't think then that they are being established there. Pero I know and we know we are going to talk about a lot here on this whole thing. So, di ko na itatakal to number 2 na to. But I really love Megan Bayne. I hope we can see her winning that match. But, oh no, that's Mercedes Moné nga pala. Wait lang. Mamaya na ako mag-dunk ng predictions ko sa next episode. Pero, yon, Samoa Joe versus Wheeler Yuta. No, I don't think that they can need to talk about that. Then, overall, that was a show overall that we can actually talk about. Pero I don't think that the gauntlets is necessary for me. And also, I don't really think that Riders losing a lot is necessary to me. but they're very dominant. In other ways, that's very dumb to me. I don't think it's sorry guys. It's really dumb to me to see that riders in there. Actually, it's really dumb to me to see on how it actually works, no? Putang ina, ano ba nangyayari dito? Ayan, so I am trying to check some sources here on X. Pero, ayun. So, I am not really impressed on how they build all in. They also didn't know impressed on how they established the other shows. Putang ina. Ano po ba? Ito, parang may mga bagay din talaga that it needs to be tackled. Pero may mga bagay din na it needs to be addressed then out of the window that I don't really think that it needs to be properly addressed. Pero yun, other than that, I don't think that we can actually tackle other more things that it's actually going to be dunked or the dunk ito dunk pero yun, sobrang nakaka-bad trip isipin kung wait lang, I'm trying to compose myself, pero all in 2025 compared to 24 and 23, I think this might be the worst all in of 2025. I'm not gonna talk about Collision yesterday. I don't think I need to talk about that. So, let's diretso na tayo sa predictions, no? So, yun na agad ang pag-usapan natin. And with that note, we are going to share my predictions for All In Evolution. Ano ba? All In Evolution Saturday night's main event, and also on other platforms, ang other mga bagay-bagay na ating po pag-uusapan, especially this might be a new thing that I will talk about in the next episode of the show. So, with that said, thank you very much again for listening on this episode of the podcast. Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan here on the main event. Again, I hope you can enjoy the podcast that we are getting this week here on our show. And then, of course, gaya ng sabi ko, we are going to talk about a lot of things will be tackled next week here on the main event mark. And as I promised, rami pa tayong gagawin. Again, episode 300 is coming next week. So, I cannot wait to actually talk about it more here on this show. So with that said, again, follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms at Main Event Mark PW, and also please follow more updates on our social media. Please support then our friends from Dexcon, especially they just finished their recent shows, and we are now getting some announcements for the upcoming shows to Dexcon, and we are just ensuring that we might see more of that when it comes to this case here. And then, of course, Puso Wrestling Bakunawa is coming also for September 14, 2025, and that's Sunday. And then also yon, shoutouts na rin natin yung mga kaibigan natin from FPW. They're going to have a show tomorrow. May tickets pa naman if you wanted to go sa Bunk Studios, sa Big Studios sa May Makati. You can still go there tomorrow. And then so ayun, yun lang naman siguro yung mga pwede natin i-tackle down the line when it comes to this cases pa, or kung ano pa ba yung pwede natin i-case in point on what would be the case here down the line. So with that said, Thank you very much again for following us here on social media at Main Event Mark PW. And then, ayun, marami-rami tayong itatackle dito sa ayun, marami-rami tayong itatackle next week din, lalo na. Basta, ayun na nga lang talaga ang ating mga discussion dito sa podcast na to. So again, follow the podcast on Main Event Mark PW. We are still going to catch up on later din naman. Sabay naman natin to i-upload eh. Kayo naman, masyado naman kayo. Kala nyo naman next week na ako mag-upload, but hindi. That should be the case now here. Again, thank you very much again for following this podcast, and stay safe, stay Raso. Again, see you on the next episode. And for the meantime, we are still going to talk about other shows here on the Main Event Mark PW. With that said, bye for now. See you on the next episode.